Apprehend God in all things, for God is in all things. Every single creature is filled with God and is a book about God. Amen. So, the holidays are over. Christmas, New Year's, we're into the new year, right? Like almost 4 weeks into January, right? Something like that. Today's the 26th. Are you guys here? Okay. I'm waiting on you, man. Okay, we're all here now. Good. Okay, so 26, so it's almost 4 weeks. So is your life back to normal then, since all the holidays? Because the holidays are great, right? The holidays are wonderful times, but it's nice to get back to normal, isn't it? I can't tell you how many people, as the holidays were ending, were like either sending Facebook messages or just saying, "Oh, I can't wait until my kids go back to school." That was just seemed to be a constant mantra. I just can't wait until we get back to normal, until our routine is set, right? Because normal's great. Everybody has normal. Normal's a wonderful thing. Normal stabilizes life. The repetitions and routines of our life help kind of put it in context. And it gives us stability. And it gives us some sense of structure. And maybe even a bit of security. To have that normal. It's a wonderful thing. But what happens when you have to have a new normal? What happens to the old normal when you're invited into a new normal? What happens to that? See, because that's what Jesus does today. He does it for these guys who are fishermen. Just look at the story. These guys are out there fishing. They're doing their normal thing, getting the nets ready, casting the nets, doing all the stuff fishermen do. And he comes along and invites them into a new normal. And the way he invites them into this new normal is he says, "Follow me. Follow me. Follow me." And they do. But before they do, they've got a choice. And the choice is, do we stay as fishermen and maybe have a good lives as normal fishermen? Or do we enter into what this guy is offering? And when what Jesus is always offering is and what he's offering to the disciples is to deepen into life. When Jesus says, "Follow me, come experience a new normal," he's saying, deepen into your relationship with God. Deepen into your relationship with each other. Open your eyes and have a new vision of what life can be and of what you can be. Who you can be. All that, for me anyway, is wrapped up in "follow me." And it brings the potential, anyway, for a new normal for these disciples. And this is a big one, because they leave the story says they leave all their nets behind. This is a 180 new normal. What I want to say to you today is that the invitation for a new normal comes to us all the time. It might not necessarily have to be a 180. It might just be 1 degree here or 2 degrees. Just a little shift in life. Just a little shift in my routine and my repetitions for the day. Just a little change can be big. And those invitations come in a variety of ways. I mean, some of them come in really hard ways. Relationship breakups or a new relationship. Having a child, having your child go off to school, having a child leave the house, having a parent get older, death, a new job. Okay, lots of ways where our normals can get challenged to grow. How we know it's coming from Jesus, from the Spirit of Christ, I believe, is just what I said, is that it will always be a call to open up to life. To open up to the reality of God's presence in our lives. To open up to the people who are around us and try to love them just a bit more. Those are Jesus' constant invitations to us all. And they challenge, at least for me, my normal. And they can come in a variety of ways, from a variety of different sources. Here at St. John's, John introduced, to try to help us with exercise and in our health life, he's got trainers coming in 3 times a week for us to use. And just by starting a new exercise routine, my normal has changed. So you get what I'm saying? You get me? Are you with me? All right, good. Because I had another one come for me in my life, and it came right after the first of the year. And this was an invitation for me for a new normal. And I think it's of Christ because of what it's asking of me. Okay? So it came in this book, and my friend here, one of the fellow parishioners here, gave me this book a while ago, and it's called Passage Meditation, Bringing the Deep Wisdom of Heart into Daily Life. Passage Meditation, Bringing the Deep Wisdom of Heart into Daily Life. He gave me this a while ago, and I read it, and I've meditated going on 10, 11 years now, or centering prayer, so I didn't really want a new way to do it. So I kind of just looked at it and put it aside. No offense, man, but I mean, that's, if we're going to be honest here, that's what I did. What really ends up being, I wasn't ready for the call. I wasn't ready for the invitation at that point in time. You know, it'd be like Jesus going by and saying, follow me, and me going, nah, I'll get back to you on that. Okay, so this one, this year though, something drew me back to it. And what I realized is this book is not just about meditation. It's really about daily living. It's about living life. And I think all good religion is about living life. How I go about living it. So this is really helpful. And he gives, for lack of a better word, he gives these 8 steps that make up a program. And I'm not going to read you all the 8 steps. If you're interested, see me afterward. But the ones that caught me, and in particular that I tried to implement on this past Monday, were meditation, starting the day off with meditation, slowing down, and putting others first. So meditation, which for me is deep prayer, slowing down, putting others first. And on Monday, we traditionally have participated in the Martin Luther King Day Parade. And so I knew I was going to do that. I knew that meant everybody in my household was going to sleep in a little bit. And the thing about this meditation is you're supposed to try to set a time and get up early every morning and do the meditation before everybody else gets up. So I'm trying really hard. I mean, this is an invitation to me. And the morning for me, I don't know about you, but talk about routines. The morning for me is like a fight. It's like a battle to get out of bed. It's like I'm laying there in bed and the alarm or I wake up, something happens, and I lay there just going, no, I don't want to get up, I don't want to get up. And then some other voice, you got to get up, so that's that. And Monday was that battle. It's just that real fight of should I get up, should I not get up? And eventually I did, but it was later than I wanted to. So that put me behind in my meditation. And one thing about meditation or deep prayer, you can't rush it. I mean, you can't like go, hey, well, I'll just go real intense for a short amount of time. It just doesn't work like that. It don't. You don't do that. So that put me behind, and I just kept thinking about getting to the parade on time. I had that in my mind. I got ready, and I thought, well, I'll be all right. And I had to stop at the store to get candy before the parade, because you have to have candy for a parade. You just have to. It's a rule to have candy for a parade. I mean, if not, what is it? It's not a parade. It's just like a walk. It's just like a bunch of people walking down the street. So I got a bunch of candy, and I went up to the counter, and I poured the candy on the counter. And the guy behind the counter was the nicest, the sweetest guy on the planet. And he looks as I poured it on the counter, and he goes, oh my, that's a lot of candy. Like kind of intimidated, like he's going to have to ring all this up, So that didn't give me a lot of confidence. But what he was doing, though, after he said that about the candy, is he turned to this other guy who he'd been having a conversation with. And he was the second nicest, second kindest person in the world. And they're having this conversation. Clearly they knew each other. And the guy who's the customer goes and says, well, why don't you go first? We should let this guy go first. And I looked at all the candy and I thought, well, he's not real. It's not like he's going to get through this too quickly. So I thought about my invitation to a new normal, and it was slow down and put others first. So I said, I'm in no rush. You go ahead. Okay? Yeah, I'm in no rush. You go ahead. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So they go ahead. And what it turns out is that the guy has a clock, and he can't figure out how to set the clock. And so he wants the guy there to set the clock for him, and not only that, but to really set the alarm for him, because he wakes up so early because he's got to get to work so early, and he doesn't know how to set the alarm, and he doesn't want to miss the, and he's like, and I don't have a 6 or 7-year-old. If I had a 6 or 7-year-old at home, they could set this right away, but I don't know how to do it. He said, and there was a PhD. I got a PhD granddaughter, and she couldn't figure out how to do it. So yeah, I heard all about that, and in my mind, I'm going, slow down, put others first. Slow down, put others first. So he's messing with it, and it took quite a while, and I heard a lot about the guy's life. And he finally gets and shows him how to click the button over so that you can set the alarm. You have to put it on alarm to set the and then he goes, and I'm thinking in my mind, as soon as he unplugs it, your alarm's not going to be there anymore. And I'm thinking that in my mind, and then the guy goes, as soon as I unplug this, and the guy, and so they go back and forth about that for a while, and then they figure that that's okay, they'll give it a try, and so he sets the alarm, unplugs it, and then the guy has another clock. He had two. So I was slow down, put others first. Slow down, put others first. So then he finally gets finished, and I got my candy, and I put my candy up there, and I had them all in like stacks of 5, because I thought this will be helpful. This will help facilitate this very excruciatingly slow process. And he, instead of putting in 5, he puts in 55. So he puts in 55, and then his thing locks up. The cash register locks up. And he's going, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, I've really messed this up. Oh my goodness, you're just so kind, you're so patient. And I'm just going, yeah. Slow down, put others first. So then he had to call us. But I got in the place, it was 10 till 9. I got out of the place, it was 25 after 9. And the thing is so what? Now maybe in another day, if there's something else going on, I would have had to just left. But on that day, it was okay. And what good would it have done me to just get all bent out of shape about that? And then have that affect the rest of my day, or at least part of my day. You see, the invitation, the call that's coming through this for me really helped me there in my life. And brothers and sisters, that's what a call does. It meets us where we are in our lives and asks us to open our lives up wider so that we can see life in a greater way, so that we can experience each other as human beings, so that we can experience the presence of God in every single moment of our lives. And that's the call for you and me today. And the question is, do I say yes or do I say no? Only you can answer that. Amen.